One is also the challenge, that the challenge of poverty is so big. If you heard Dr. Alran Bengson this morning, there were no statistics, or there were some pictures shown, but the challenge of poverty is so huge. So one learning is that there is no one way to help attack poverty. The problem is so big, is so big, and there is need for focus, yes, but there must also be a recognition of the diversity of talents and callings in our midst. It is when we are able to harness the different and even diverse giftedness of our people, of all of us, and channel this in different but focused areas of interventions, that we can achieve what we want to achieve. In other words, there is a lot to be done, and there is room for everyone. There is room for law students, there is room for lawyers in this whole effort. And I'll go into that in a little while. We must recognize that there can be various approaches that can be utilized, and various charisms that can be expressed to be able to do this work. Respect and recognition of each other's gift and building on each other's strength. There can even be healthy competition, because, and even healthy competition, that's okay, because the problem is so big. We are not talking here about a small pool of problems. We are talking here about a whole lot of open blue ocean of poverty that needs to be overcome. So find your gift, find your calling, and do it. In Couples for Christ, we have realized this, that even as we let go of GK, because that child has grown and will track its own path of growth, we also realized that there are various ways of helping the poor. GK is great, and those involved in it, we continue to encourage you to pursue that, if you are called to that. But there are many more that we can do. Hence, for CFC, under the umbrella that we now call ANCOP, A-N-C-O-P, or the acronym that stands for Answering the Cry of the Poor, we offer our members various vehicles to help. Those who are called to help in education, we ask that they focus their energy on helping children have a chance of completing their education. In many ways, there are many ways of doing this. For those who are called to help in the health area, and again, when you were there in the plenary this morning, Father Ben and Dr. Bengson focused on health and education as the enablers for us to build capacity or capability to battle poverty. Health, those who are called to do help in health, we give them the vehicle to do it. Those who want to help in productivity or farms also has a vehicle to express their giftedness in that area, and so forth and so on. So we have ANCOP farms for that. And those who would like to help preserve the environment. After all, the environment affects everyone, rich or poor, but mostly the poor are not able to quickly recover from devastation, then those who are called in environment can also do it. So we open an expanded work with the poor, and we target specific sectors now. Of course, those in Gawad Kalinga, because our members continue to work in Gawad Kalinga, is a target of all these programs. But we have gone beyond GK too, because in the process of all of this the past few months, me personally have been exposed also to a group of the Association of the Disabled. And they need a lot of help. Sabi nga nila, sabi ng iba, Joe, itong mga, I don't know if disabled is the politically correct term now. What is it? Physically challenged or, yeah. But ginamit niya, mahirap na nga, disabled pa. No? Eh, yung mahirap na hindi disabled, nahihirapan na, ito pang disabled. So we need to focus on the members of our society that are the last, the least, and the lost. We will also target the families of the prisoners. We have a spiritual formation going on for prisoners, but what we should not forget is their children who cannot go to school or have the difficulty of meeting their daily needs because the main breadwinner is in jail. We will also target the children, the families of migrant workers, or our OFWs. You know, OFWs are heroes. They're also called our heroes in the Philippines. Before the dollar remittances come in, you know, there's a period of time when their families need a lot of help. Because if you know what they go through, selling everything that they've got, no, to be able to go abroad, even the last Carabao or whatever it is, then you know that they need help. So what we're saying here is that there is a lot more poor to be helped, and we would like to respond to that. And in this work with the poor, this answering the cry of the poor in Angkop, we know in the end, or not in the end, but in all this process, that it is not just the material help, but really, more importantly, the development of the total person. So, hand in hand with any scholarship for education should go values formation. After all, we are body and soul. And to be able also to get out of poverty, we must empower not just the body, but also our soul. Building capacity, building capability, anchoring on our faith in Christ. So what can the lawyers do? Or even as early as now, the law students can do. You know, my own learnings too here is that lawyers are a versatile lot. No, I mean, lawyers can do anything and everything, can adapt to situations, can help in every area. And so there is a lot of room. In fact, in all of the work that I have described to you, a lot of lawyers, not only me, are involved. No? So lawyers can immediately help. But specifically, these are things that are very real, that are open to all, lawyers and law students alike. You're already doing a lot here in Ateneo. You have the Human Rights Center. You have the alternative law. You have your legal counseling. But you can add some of these, which I will describe. In community development sites, such as GK, and whatever other community development sites there is need for paralegal training, so that simple things like preparing an affidavit